Hello and welcome to Making It Manufacturing Spotlight Series, here live at DCAT in New York. I am joined today by LakshmiDevi, the CEO of SmaBio. Lakshmi, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for coming on. Lakshmi, to begin, can you tell us about your journey into the pharmaceutical industry and what led you to co-found SmaBio?
So I am a pharmacist by base. I got my pharmacy degree in India. Then I moved to the US in 2003 to do my master's in pharmaceutics and industrial pharmacy. Since then, I have worked for many different companies, big and small pharma, in the CDMO space. And what I've seen always that there is a sponsor team and there is a CDMO team.
Yeah.
That then works together to take molecules to patients in need. So there was always two different teams. But the goal of SmaBio is to unite these two teams and form that one team now works towards one goal and take molecules to the patients who much need it.
That's amazing. How important was that for you to collaborate those two teams and come together?
It was very important because when the two teams are not aligned, then there is a high risk that the idea is not going to reach the patient.
Exactly.
But when the two teams are aligned right from the beginning and work as one team, now there is many risks that are minimized, and then the journey becomes very smooth. And there is no one team talking about the other team or saying, okay, this is the sponsor responsibility, this is the CDMO responsibility. We did not know that this has to be that has to be done. Now this one team has the whole knowledge about the project, which is very important for project success.
Amazing. So everyone working together in harmony under one brief is what the success is created.
That is very true.
Brilliant. So for our listeners who might not have heard of SmaBio before, could you give us a little insight into where you take your place in the CDMO landscape?
SmaBio Labs is based out of North Carolina. We are located in Durham, North Carolina. And we have a 10,000 square foot facility in North Carolina. And we have drug discovery, formulation development, and analytical development all under one roof, offering end-to-end solution for the drug development programs.
Oh, and how important is that to offer that end-to-end solutions for your customers?
So we talked about one team. And for this one team, it is very important because now there is an idea that is formed, to take a molecule to the patient. It is very important where the API is now synthesized, that molecule is now synthesized, and then taken into a formulation, and then all of the analytical testing that is needed, everything happening under one umbrella. So where there is no missing information that needs to be communicated from team to team, everything happens at one space, and keeping it all under one roof is very important to keep that program together. And so from a team's perspective, for the sponsor, who is also part of the CDMO team, like I explained now, and a CDMO is also part. So the team understands what the program goals are, what are the risks associated with this program, and work towards making this program a smooth path to everyone.
In the market, I hear speed and flexibility are often critical for emerging biotech companies. How important is it for partners to be able to start quickly and adapt as the project evolves?
That is very important to any pharmaceutical program. So at SmaBio Labs, we focus on what is the challenge of the program. Speed, definitely for a pharmaceutical program, is very important. So we start all our projects within 2 weeks of contract signing. The kickoff happens 2 weeks of contract signing. So we focus on starting early because science is science, right? We can plan, but science is science. At certain points of the program, we are going to hit some risks, and starting early and being agile is very important. So now when the teams are together, working together, and already the risk plan is identified, and as the program moves, it is very important to execute with that speed to take that product to the clinic or to the market. So that is where speed and being flexible is very important to pharmacy.
It's an important combination. You guys seem to have it right. SmaBio Labs combines capabilities across, like you said, drug discovery, formulation development, and analytical services. So how important is technical integration when supporting complex molecules?
Integrated teams are very important, like I said in the beginning, because now the sponsor comes to us with an idea, and our discovery team looks at that molecule that they want to produce, and then they work on the molecule. They make sure that the molecule is the right fit for the formulation that it has to go in.
Yeah.
So the teams are now integrated, where it's not that the API team is just doing the API and then saying, okay, here's the API, you go run with it and make the formulation. No, the two teams communicate right from the beginning. Formulator, sponsor is going to say what dosage form they want. The teams understand what dosage form is required. So now the discovery scientist and the formulation scientist are going to work hand in hand. Okay, the API has to have this characteristics to be compatible for the dosage form that this molecule has to go in. It needs to have the right particle size. It needs to have the right flow properties. It needs to be the right polymorph. Okay, all of that is discovery science. But the formulation has different characteristics, and to make this API compatible for that formulation, the integration of these two teams right from the beginning of the program is very.
Okay. I have to ask, because it is very catchy, but where does SmaBio actually come from? Where did the name exist from?
SmaBio Labs comes from small molecules and biologics.
Okay.
When we started this company, the goal was to support clients both in the small molecule space as well as the large molecule space. And we were brainstorming many different names, like anybody would, to name their companies, like naming our baby. And several names were given out, and we researched into, okay, what does this mean? What does that mean? And then we were talking, and somebody in the team just said, oh, by looking at our name, everyone needs to know what we are doing. Okay. And then we thought about it for a minute, and I said, okay, SmaBio. We want to support people in the small molecule space as well as the biologic space. So SmaBio. And then we said labs, because a lab is where science is executed. So anything that is scientific, whether it is discovery, whether it is formulation development, whether it is analytical development, everything happens in a lab. So we said SmaBio Labs, and that's how our name was formed.
I like that. So, you're in a very exciting time. You've seen a lot of progression and advancement. If we were going to be having this conversation again in 5 years, which I hope we are, what kind of progression would you like to see as a CEO?
So currently, like I mentioned, we have a 10,000 square foot facility where we offer from drug development all the way to phase 1 to phase 2 material. So eventually in 5 years, this year we are adding on a phase 3 facility. In 5 years, we want to be able to also manufacture commercial material on site and on a commercial site, and be the partner that all of the sponsors are looking for, the one stop that they need to go to get their products to the patients in need.
Yeah, and being that one-stop shop is very important for the client. Well, actually, it seems to be that it is quite a crowded market within the CDMO space, and there's a lot of competition. How would you say SmaBio differentiate themselves from other CDMOs?
That's a very good question. Thank you. SmaBio, we are a young and growing company. We are a young and growing company. When I say that, it's not that it's a new company. Okay, the company is growing, but all of us on our team have 20-25 years of experience that we bring to the table. So we differentiate ourselves because we support our clients not only by taking their molecules up to the filing stage. So we develop, we scale up, we file. But beyond that, we help our partners to identify the right distribution channels, educate them on what is involved in taking the products to the people in need. So we have sponsors coming to us who are new to the pharmaceutical industry, who are global sponsors who want to come into the pharmaceutical industry, the US pharmaceutical industry. They have very little to no knowledge sometimes about the US pharmaceutical system. So we take them not only up to filing and to get their products approved, but we actually help them to launch their product and to take it to the people.
And where do you feel you fit within the biotech ecosystem, specifically within North Carolina?
North Carolina, if you see today, is different every day.
Yeah.
The biotechnology sector in North Carolina is booming.
Yeah.
Several big and small companies are expanding into North Carolina. There are so many companies, but right now there is no company that offers that end-to-end solution.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look within North Carolina, there are so many companies growing. Big companies have come in. Small companies like us are growing. So, but we are the only one that can offer that end-to-end solution. We work very closely with the NC state that is focusing a lot on the growth of the biotechnology center there. We work very closely with the biotechnology center that helps companies like that, us, with identifying what we need and works with us to grow us within the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
And there are other organizations like NC Life Sciences that also help with understanding the challenges of the biotechnology companies in offering our services to our partners, and they help us overcome those challenges by working with the state and the legislators to make sure that we have the right tools to perform our services.
I believe it's very impressive for a company your size as well to be able to provide from early discovery through to development and end-to-end service.
That is very true, because we are not just companies who are working and there's a government. No, we all work as one team. Mm-hmm. Like I said, when the concept of working as one team, mm-hmm. not just between the sponsor and the CDMO, mm-hmm. but now you have the support of your state, your county, your biotechnology center, and other organizations there. Now we work as one team, and that makes it very, very, very efficient and smooth to take these products to the market.
Which is what clients are looking for. Amazing.
That is true.
Great. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna finish off, Lakshmi, with what really excites you about SmaBioLabs. What gets you up in the morning? You get really excited to lead this company.
So we call ourselves as one family.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
And this family comes together.
Yeah.
To help other families that wants to partner with us.
Yeah.
And the patients is what we think about all the time. We talk about the science, we talk about the operations, we talk about everything. Mm-hmm. But each one of us at SmaBio, when a program comes in, when a molecule comes in, when the formulation comes in, what we see is that patient who is going to benefit from this. Yeah. And every day we wake up with the thought, I wake up with the thought that today I'm going into work to help somebody in need.
Yeah, it's amazing for you.
Yes, and each one of us, we hold that same value, and that's the vision we have, to take these molecules that is going to save many, many lives in the future. Yeah.
And it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for joining and telling us about your journey and the company. It's been wonderful.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries.